I like to sometimes circle back to complete stories that were big stories like a week or two before. Remember, Warren Buffett was the big story a week or two ago because he wrote an op-ed piece for the New York Slimes, I believe it was, saying, stop coddling we billionaires and millionaires. You know, some of these billionaires and millionaires are as dumb as rocks. They know how to make money, but beyond that, stupid. Maybe John Martin over there on Political. Is Warren Buffett stupid? Yeah, you can be a stupid billionaire. Case in point, Warren Buffett. Or as we affectionately call him, Warren Buffet. New York Post has a great editorial. Listen to this. This one's truly rich, they write. Billionaire Warren Buffett says folks like him should have to pay more taxes. But it turns out his firm, Berkshire Hathaway, hasn't paid what it's already owed for years. That's right. As Americans for Limited Government President Bill Wilson notes, the company openly admits that it owes back taxes since as long as 2002. This is Obama's great friend. He's a big Democrat donor, an activist, big donor to the Obama campaign. Out there talking about how millionaires and billionaires need to pay more, meaning small businesses all over this country. Whether you own a pizzeria or a dry cleaner or a window fixing business or a carpet cleaning business, you're the new millionaires and billionaires. Congratulations. Meanwhile, the second richest man in America, his company owes back taxes. Meanwhile, GE didn't pay a damn cent. These are all of Obama's buddies. We anticipate that we will resolve all adjustments proposed by the U.S. Internal Revenue Service for the 2002 through 2004 tax years within the next 12 months, the firm's annual report says. It also cites outstanding tax issues for 2005 through 2009. So since 2002, it's had tax disputes. So why doesn't Buffet just pay it all? I have never met a well-known liberal or have never read what they've had to say who wasn't a hypocrite. I'm serious about this. Who lives one way and yet has a different public profile. Let's see now if the same network news programs that covered Buffet's op-ed will now cover the fact that his company hasn't been paying its taxes. And this group, Americans for Limited Government, they found out that they hadn't been paying their taxes. It's a matter of public record. Why didn't the New York Slimes take a peek at the tax returns of this company? Or any of the news organizations, because they don't want to look. They like him. They're not going to write a headline, is Warren Buffett stupid? Obvious question, the New York Post writes. If Buffett really thinks he and his mega-rich friends should pay higher taxes, why doesn't his firm fork over what it already owes under current rates? Likely answer, he cares more about shilling for Obama, who's practically made socking millionaires and billionaires his re-election theme song, than about kicking in more himself. Buffet's free to back Obama, of course, and if his firm wants to keep its tax bill low, well, that's its right, too. But it'd be nice if this pro-tax hike tycoon were a bit more honest about it. There's more. Listen. For example, start with his grossly disingenuous recent claim that, as he wrote in the New York Slimes, he paid only 17% of his income last year to the government. Even as many working stiffs who make far less than him coughed up higher percentages. The fact is, unlike most other folks, Warren Buffett gets most of his income from dividends and capital gains, which are normally taxed at 15%. Left unsaid, however, is that much of that is taxed at 35% via the corporate income tax before he gets it in his hands. This is the double taxation. Corporations have to pay a corporate income tax. Then when that money's passed on to you, you have a capital gain. You have to pay a capital gains tax. So when you count both taxes, Buffett's effective rate would really have been north of 40% for a big chunk of his income. That's right. The company has to pay its corporate income taxes. Then it distributes to you. And then you pay a tax on top of it. There's more. Obama and his co-conspirators like Buffett claim to want to slap only millionaires and billionaires. But in 2009, fewer than 250,000 taxpayers, less than 0.2%, reported income over $1 million. And their combined bill was less than $200 billion. So if you raise the top tax rate on them by 13%, as Obama wants to do, from 35% to 39.6%, so you're effectively raising it 13%, And you bring in only another $26 billion. That's what we're talking about, folks. $26 billion. And that's only if your tax hike doesn't stifle the economy and kill jobs, which it surely would. Yet what's $26 billion in a world of $4 trillion federal budgets with a $1.3 trillion deficit? That's because he's not talking about millionaires and billionaires, ladies and gentlemen. He's talking about people who earn $200,000 a year. And if that doesn't get him what he wants, he's going to be talking about people, that is, families, that earn $100,000 a year. And if that doesn't work, maybe he'll flop on a 3.8% capital gains tax increase when you sell your home. Oh, he did already. Or maybe he'll put in a VAT tax like his new chief economic advisor had suggested. A VAT tax, another 5% national sales tax on top of your income tax, on top of your capital gains tax on your home, on top of the death tax when you croak, on top of every other tax. There's the Obama jobs bill. I just told you right there. It's just not your job that he cares about, is it? And the people aren't stupid. The latest Gallup poll, 38% approve of Obama's performance. Who are these 38%? They're the drones. 38% of the people in this country are drones. That's right. But we don't need them because his policies suck. Warren Buffett's making a fortune by investing in Bank of America, which was dying. Now, how does that happen? How does he get all this information? How does he know exactly what to purchase, or what to invest in? I don't know. Does he sound like a genius to you, the stupid crap that he writes? No, not at all. It sounds like he's stupid. Is Warren Buffett stupid? That's the question. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, they keep calling our people stupid and religious nuts. Meanwhile, look at the dummy sitting in Reverend Wright's pews for 20 years like he's Helen Keller. He doesn't see anything. He doesn't hear anything. He doesn't smell anything. There he is. I never heard him attacking the Jews. No, I never heard him attacking Israel. I never heard him attacking America. No. Does that sound like a smart guy to you? Sounds like an idiot to me. The guy performs his wedding ceremony. Obama brings his children in there to hear, such wisdom from Reverend Wright. Is Barack Obama stupid? Yes, he's stupid. Sitting in those pews and not hearing all this poison from his own right reverend? Wrong reverend, really. Of course, the media said, well, it's possible, Maybe he was just, not paying attention all those years. Oh, and he happens upon Bill Ayers and that lovely wife of his, Broomhilda Dorn. Oh, yes, Broomhilda Dorn. Oh, yes, these student bombers. Oh, they weren't really my friends. I mean, well, what are you talking about? They launched your political career. No, who says? They say, and you said, you big dummy. Is Barack Obama stupid? Yes. I'm just following the John Martin reporting method. So there he is, with a radical nutjob minister, two radical nutjob bombers, or would-be. Is Barack Obama stupid? He didn't even know who he was with. Yes, he's got to either be stupid or one of them, right? Well, the varnish is coming off, and people are realizing who he is. And they don't like it.